split them and all went all the way around as we got another battle for the lead.
These two continue to fight it out. It's been Kyle Busch, though, that has held on to the advantage, even though Kevin Harvick was about, I think it was 21 thousandths of a second in front of Kyle on one lap, the first one. But then it's been Kyle Busch since then.
Well, Harvick would drive away from Kyle Busch if he could just clear him. But it's so hard, like we talked before the race started, to pass here. The bottom of the track where Kevin's operating is a lot flatter than up there where Kyle is, and makes it really hard to make the pass. Hornaday and Busch are battling for that third spot.
Busch on the inside, Hornaday on the outside. He needs to go 33.
We talked to James Busch, and he really felt like they could get to victory lane with this truck before the end of the year. Tell you, when you're outrunning somebody like Ron Hornaday, who's won 3 times here at Loudon, you're doing pretty good.
That was a great move he made there, too, right through the center of the turn. That's where you want your truck the fastest, dead in the center, and that's where James really got Hornaday.
You see these guys racing side by side, head to head. Well, since the 2008 season, when these guys have been racing side by side and head to head, nobody else in the series has won a race. Since 2008, these guys, you can see right here, that's all the races that they have both been in since the beginning of last year, and they've won every single time they've been together.
And, you know, early money might be on them to do that again.
Well, I mean, I think so. They've driven off to about a 2.5 second lead. While they're racing side by side, racing for the lead, they're still opening up the gap on the third place truck.
Yeah.
Welcome back, door to door for the lead in New Hampshire. Kevin Harvick now to the inside of that 18 of Kyle Busch just 2 laps ago. For some reason, coming out of turn number 2, Kyle Busch had to check up. Can he clear him as they cross the stripe? Harvick has the lead, but here comes Kyle Busch again.
Yeah, Kyle Busch had some sort of a moment just a couple laps ago up off of turn number 2. Got him out of the throttle and allowed Kevin to pull up beside him. Hasn't quite been able to make the pass, complete the pass, I should say.
And that is what has happened to this truck. It looks like, Phil, it's gone to pushing. He started loose, and I've watched lap after lap. He just keeps getting higher and higher up in the groove in the turns. Kevin's been able to hold it down low, and Kyle can't hold his truck down. I think that thing's gotten tight. Maybe he was pushing off turn 2 and almost got into the fence.
That's what it looked like. Looked like he had to jump out of the throttle when he did that. Gave Kevin the opening and pull up beside him. Now Kevin's going to get hung in behind the 81 truck of David Starr, it looks like.
Kyle Busch using that 81, or trying to. Whoa, Starr sideways coming out of the turn as they go down the backstretch into turn number 3 now.
Remember, David Starr does not want to go a lap down, so he wanted to keep Kyle behind him as long as he could in the event a caution flag were to come out.
Now nose to tail as they cross the stripe. Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick. Harvick looking to the inside again.
You can see Bobby Jr.'s driven onto the back bumper of David Starr. He's wanting to be that Aaron's lucky dog. That's what Starr is at the moment.
13 trucks on the lead lap, side by side again for the lead. Harvick trying to make the move.
So you can see how much flatter it is down there where Kevin Harvick is running. He just about has him cleared.
He just needs a little bit, man, and I got the lead, and I'm going to drive away with it. But Kyle Busch isn't rolling over. This is great racing here at Loudon.
Kevin Harvick again to the inside. Does he have him cleared this time?
Oh, yeah, there
Not
goes.
quite.
Wow, Busch is going to hold on to that spot even sideways.
He's got him now.
Kyle's got him. Kevin's got him. I talk about Kyle and Kevin enough, I almost interchange them. Kevin Harvick out in front.
They've led 40% of all the laps run this entire season, and some of those races they weren't even in.
Can't hardly lead if you're not there, but when they show up, they're on it, aren't they?
And we're going to have a lead change again, it looks like. Kevin Harvick down at the bottom of the racetrack has run so good. 6 times these two have changed the lead in this race.
I was talking to Kevin yesterday in the garage area, and he said his truck turns so good through the center of the corner that he wasn't having to use near as much brake as he typically does here.
Now Ron Hornaday coming into the mix in the 33. He's running 3rd. Here comes Harvick once again, looking to the inside, trying to take the lead away. You see Busch move down the racetrack.
Harvick got the lead.
Kevin Harvick is your race leader, well, at least at the stripe. Here comes Kyle Busch again.
We've had a lot of lead changes between these two today. Usually it was just by a fender, but or a nose.
Kevin Harvick led by 21 thousandths of a second on lap number 1.
That's like a piece of tape or so, isn't it?
Again, Kyle Busch able to get that outside line working for his truck. Gets back in front of the 2. Harvick tucks right in behind the 18.
But look how much
a new lead
patience
change.
Kevin has shown here. I don't know that they've made any contact whatsoever, and it seems like they've been like this side by side for probably at least 30 of the 70 laps almost we have complete.
Well, let me just tell you, today in the NASCAR world, there aren't two better drivers out there than these two. They can race synchronized side by side with respect and put on a heck of a show and are very rarely going to cause any issues. That's just because they're that good, and I guess that's why they're in the front too.
And that's why, as Phil mentioned earlier, since 2008, anytime these two have been in the race, one of them has won.
Keep an eye on that left front fender, Michael, to see if maybe he might have a tire rub. Meanwhile, what do you say, Rick?
I think these two are side by side once again for the lead.
And there's Craftsman saying, yeah, I like y'all side by side. I can keep up with you now. And if there's a slip, I'm going to be right there. But like I said earlier, these guys know there's a long way to go in this race. Harvick would love the lead, but he's certainly not going to take any chances getting it.
Don't you know that Kevin Harvick loves to annoy Kyle Busch right now? He's just annoying Kyle Busch right now. Just every single time he gets a chance, he jumps to the inside.
It looks to me like these guys are having fun. I mean, Kyle Busch is racing hard against Kevin Harvick right now. These two have, as we mentioned, gone back and forth for the lead 7 times now.
I'm going to agree with Phil. Harvick's having fun. I think Kyle's aggravated.
Doesn't quite clear Kyle Busch until they get to turn 3, and now here comes Busch again on the outside. There's Austin Dillon down on the bottom of the racetrack, and he slides up the racetrack, almost catches the 31 of James Buescher, but again, door to door as they cross the stripe. This time Harvick's got the lead.
And they're side by side.
They are side by side again. Here comes Kyle Busch working the outside.
See Matt Craftsman, he dove on the inside of Ron Hornaday, tried to grab that spot away, couldn't keep his truck going straight. Subsequently, he lost some momentum, and here comes Timothy Peters trying to grab the 4th spot.
Again, Harvick to the inside, Kyle Busch on the outside. Looks like they're giving each other plenty of room. Now we see Timothy Peters and Matt Craftsman side by side.
That was that right. They're side by side for the lead, Rick.
Yeah, here comes Kevin Harvick once again.
You know, you got to give Kyle Busch credit too here. Kevin's able to keep his truck low off of Kyle, but Kyle's not pinching him down. He's giving Kevin plenty of room to operate down there on the bottom, riding even a groove up from Kevin at times. So running side by side like that, it's two guys working together. They're battling for the lead, but Kyle's not putting Kevin in a bind, and Kevin's not putting Kyle in a bind.
He's still annoying him,
very much.
Kevin running the bottom of the racetrack. Kyle Busch running a lane higher.
Look at the run off turn 2. James Buescher gets there, drives right up beside Austin Dillon.
Last time Austin Dillon was on the bottom of the racetrack, he slid up and into the 31, but was able to stay off of him, and they stayed fairly clean and going the right direction.
Seems like his truck is a little bit looser. That's why he may have thought he had a rear tire going down, and they're side by side.
Kyle Busch led the last lap, but here comes Kevin Harvick once again. Down the back stretch they go. Toyota Chevrolet battling wheel to wheel around the racetrack.
And a couple of Chevrolets watching this battle. Hornaday and Craftsman both able to hang right with these guys.
I'd like to know the percentage of laps that they crossed the start finish line that they were at least partially side by side.
Well, that time 38 1/1000ths of a second separated the two, and it was Kyle Busch that was in front of Harvick.
That's about a bumper. 38 1/1000.
Now Harvick has the advantage as they go down the back stretch.
And this is just teasing Hornaday and Craftsman because they can almost keep up with them, but just almost keep up with them. These two are running side by side, so Hornaday knows, and so does Craftsman. If they ever sort this out and start running bumper to bumper instead of side by side, there's a pretty good chance they're going to drive away from Ron Hornaday and Matt Craftsman. The team have stepped up. They got a new sponsor on board, and they're getting everybody's attention.
And I think somebody else is getting someone's attention right now. Kevin Harvick has closed the gap between he and Kyle Busch. We've seen this song before.
How about that run through the center of the corner that time for Kevin Harvick, and is able to pull to the inside of Kyle Busch.
Kyle was sideways off turn 4, really working the wheel on that 18 truck.
Outside.
Gave Kevin the opportunity to get to the bottom, a place he's been plenty of times before.
This time, door-to-door contact as they come out of the turn and go down the backstretch.
The clock's ticking, Phil. Every lap that clicks off, getting a little closer to that finish, these guys are going to start maybe not playing quite so nicely.
The top of your screen, 35 laps to go. It'll be 34 laps to go when they cross the start-finish line. We know that these guys probably are done pitting. They've used all the tires that they were allotted.
Got enough fuel to make it to the end. Now it's the battle on the track.
I bet you one kind of wishes the other wasn't racing here this weekend. They'd be having a really nice ride at the front if it weren't for the other guy.
We talked about the fact that when they're both in the field since 2008, that one of them's going to win, and unless they take each other out, that's a pretty good bet here.
Hornaday, I don't think would be disappointed in that, since he's running in the third spot, even though he's 2.2 seconds back. And once again, Kevin Harvick looking to the inside of that 18.
Kyle pinched that corner off a little bit that time. He exited a little bit lower than he had been. Didn't give Kevin quite as much room. We've talked about, Michael, you mentioned how much room that Kyle's been giving Kevin, moving way up. As the laps wind down, the room gets a little less.
That's exactly right. And that's when Kevin's expecting that room maybe to be there, and it isn't. Contact.
We've seen it now between Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick. They've raced each other fairly clean as they come out of turn 4. Green flag back in the air. Kyle Busch on the outside, Harvick on the inside.
Harvick's trying to pull up even with him.
He saw Kyle Busch work this move out on him on the last restart. He knows this is a big chance.
Way up the racetrack goes Hornaday after being bottom sideways is Kyle Busch. Kevin Harvick holding on to second.
He might have had a little help to get sideways.
Oh, he did. Harvick got in the back of him.
And he might do it again. You see Hornaday up the track a bit. That's James Buescher in the 31, now up to the third spot. Side by side, Harvick gets the nod as they cross the stripe again by 21 thousandths of a second. Here comes Kyle Busch again.
And Buescher, James Buescher trying to make it 3 wide.
James Buescher. And sideways again goes Kyle Busch after they come out of 2. Here comes Kevin Harvick once again, and James Buescher looks to the bottom of the track.
Look at James Buescher now.
Buescher giving Harvick another truck to deal with as Kyle Busch seems to have the advantage as they cross the stripe. That time 41 1,000ths of a second in front of Harvick.
What a great battle. Here goes Harvick.
Look at the hill.
Off the racetrack. Here comes James Buescher. Buescher will pass them both. Harvick in second. Kyle Busch back to third. James Buescher looks to check out on these two now as he gets in front of Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick.
It hasn't been done since 2008. Nobody has beat these two guys when they've both been in the field since 2008.
This time by 9 laps of racing to go. James Buescher in front of Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick.
Harmon spin. You know, Harmon spun out. Hornaday was in that end of the racetrack. Oh,
contact.
Trouble.
Contact once again, and now around goes Hornaday. Oh, unfortunate for the 31 of Buescher. He'll have to go through another restart.
Yeah, with somebody like Kyle Busch up beside him for this restart. Right here.
Coming out of turn number 4, he chose the outside line. James Buescher on the outside, Kyle Busch on the inside, back in the gas. Green flag in the air. Buescher has a great restart as he goes into turn number 1. Can he clear him and hold on to it? Here comes Kyle Busch battling back. Buescher back up the racetrack, side by side, and Kyle Busch has the lead down the backstretch.
Into the outside wall, Kyle Busch.
Here comes Kevin Harvick, though. Harvick is able to work back up and battle for second now.
Kyle Busch cut James Buescher off. It put Busch into the wall, but he's still got the lead, Phil.
Coming out of 4, white flag goes in the air, 1 to go. Kyle Busch, James Buescher, and Kevin Harvick. 1, 2, 3.
I thought that maybe Kyle Busch would have some damage from bouncing off the wall. It doesn't look like it's enough to slow him down much. You can see the damage on the right side.
He's got white concrete all in his wheels and on his tires down the side of the truck, but he's driving away with the win.
Wrecking behind him is the 81 of David Starr. That will bring out
no caution.
The checkered so far as they come in at turn number 4. Kyle Busch is going to win in New Hampshire. 21st career win for Kyle Busch. How about that finish? Maybe another perfect donut down on the front stretch.
A Dunkin' Donut.
You know, when you get down towards the end of the race, we talked about how much room Kyle Busch was giving Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick giving Kyle Busch. We got down towards the end of the race.
That all went out the window.
That all went out the window. Hey, there's a race to be won here.
and only 2 laps to do it in. Adam Alexander.